talk about my Japan trip. All right, so before you swap over to my desktop screen, let me talk about some of the logistics that went on before I even went in this year. So, fix my hair. I gotta look beautiful for this. Just that looks worse somehow. Fine. We're gonna ignore the fact that I'm ugly. All right. Cool. All right. So in August I went to Japan. It was pretty cool, right? But we need to rewind to actually 9 months before I went. Just fucking 9 months. All right. Cool. 9 months ago. What happened in 9 months before I went? I have accumulated a lot of credit card reward points. Okay, so American Express had a sign-up bonus where if you signed up for their credit card, you got 100,000 bonus points. I transferred that using a transfer bonus to Virgin Atlantic, which gave me 130,000 bonus points on top of all my purchasing I did to earn those 100,000 bonus points. So I have like 150,000 bonus points transferred to Virgin Atlantic. And what did I do with those points? I booked a first-class ticket to Japan via ANA, which is All Nippon Airways Airlines. So, for those not familiar with ANA, it's one of the most expensive airlines you can fly, and it's one of the top-rated airlines actually in the world. So, if you're gonna go to Japan, that's kind of like one of the airlines you want to get on, essentially. It's basically, you get on ANA or you get on JAL. Like, those are the two flying from America to Japan that you basically want to get on because they're the best experiences. Most American carriers suck. They don't have a first class. It's always just business class, and that's about it. So, for perspective, first class ticket. So going one way to Japan, this ticket from O'Hare Airport to, I didn't fly into Narita. I flew into the Yara Airport. What's the other airport? I can't remember the name of it. Haneda Airport. So I flew O'Hare to Haneda. That first class ticket alone would cost roughly $18,000. Not $1,800. $18,000 to fly first class to Japan. So I had that booked, and it was I was super ecstatic for it. So I had the first class going there, and I booked business class coming back. Not nearly as expensive. Business class is normally like anywhere from like $2,000 to $5,000 typically to fly going one way. So if I wanted to fly first class going both ways, that would have cost me well over $30,000. But I didn't pay for any of that. I used my American Express points that I transferred to Virgin, and I got everything paid for. I just had to pay for the fuel surcharge essentially, and like some taxes and fees. So I went with the taxes and fees and everything, was like $600, $700. So all in, that was a fucking fantastic deal. So I knew that this was probably the only time in my life I would probably ever be able to fly first class to Japan. It would be great if I can do it again, but knowing that, I wanted to make sure like I really got to have a great experience. So that's what I did this year. I flew first class going to Haneda, and I did business class coming back to America. So now let's fast forward the day prior. So actually a couple days prior, I did a live stream. That was my Oh My God KON live stream where I played the DDR custom version. The next day I was packing, and then the next day I had to go work to do inventory. So I went to work. I did my inventory for work, which I showed up at work at 6 in the morning, and my flight didn't leave until like 4 o'clock or something like that. So yeah, like it was quite a bit of time. So I went and did all that cool stuff. Let's see. Yeah, so it was a really long day, essentially. That's really what I'm trying to get across here was that first day I went to Japan, very, very long day because I woke up at 6 in the morning. I didn't get on the flight until like 4 or 5 o'clock, and then I had to sit on the plane for 12 and a half hours going to Japan. So this is very, very long. It was a night flight to Tokyo. So when I got to Japan, it was all night and everything was cool, and it actually kind of worked out because I went to bed when I got there, and when I woke up, I was totally ready for the day. Didn't have any jet lag. It was cool. But anyways, let's go to the photos. So let's go to my screen capture screen here. Oh, I know, this is making you guys nauseous. I'm so sorry. Let me see if I can move this over to over here. Oh, fuck. Like this. So I'm going to put this in the corner here because the rest of this is going to be taken up by photos and videos, potentially. So without further ado, let's go into the photos. So, just realized there's a photo missing. No. Let me go back one photo. Okay, go all the way to the beginning here. Alright, cool. Let's see. You guys are seeing this, right? Cool. Alright, let's go back to this screen. Alright, so this is check-in at O'Hare Airport. It was really, really surreal to finally go in the first class diamond line in an airport. I've always dreamed of being able to stand in that line and actually get through first class, business class. So I was the only person flying first class on this particular day, which is insane, and you'll get some photos in May here. So yeah, got to the O'Hare Airport, got to stand in that line, got to check in instantaneously. And then I had TSA pre-check, got to go through security really, really quickly, and then I went over to, to the United Players Lounge. Can this hide? Okay, cool. Alright, so we're at the United Players Lounge, right? So I didn't really get any photos on the inside. Can this fucking stop being stupid? I didn't really get any photos inside. I just kind of wanted to take a photo to show my friends, like, hey, like, I'm flying first class. I got to go to an international United lounge, which is pretty cool. This lounge kind of was It wasn't the best airport lounge I've been to. One of my favorite airport lounges is actually in Taiwan, in Taipei. And if you have a, I cannot remember the pass name, but basically it's a pass that allows you to go to airport lounges for free. So I had one of those, and the airport lounge is a lot better than this one. But you're not going to complain because getting into an airport lounge is typically very, very expensive if you don't have a first class ticket. So I got to go to the United Players Lounge because I was flying ENA, and it tells you on that sign, like, oh, you can go to this Players Lounge if you're flying to any of these continents with a Star Alliance member airline, which ANA is. So I got to go to the United Players Lounge, and then if we actually go back a little bit, there was a photo of me singing in the lounge. I'm not going to show it because it's completely out of order otherwise. So we're going to go here. This is also taken in the lounge, just showing my information. So when I got to the actual check-in, this is where it got kind of weird. Can this fucking go away and we can look at this weird person standing here? So I got to go to the first class seating area. It was very awkward for me because I showed up like a minute and a half before boarding, and I went to this first class area and they're just like, oh, are you flying first class? Yes. So this person let me in, right? And they're just like, cool, you're in. And then she didn't tell me to sit down. She just kind of waved me in. So I went to the gate thinking it was ready to board already. And they're just like, no, go take a seat. And I had to sit here in these 4 chairs, which was just kind of awkward because everyone was fucking staring at me at this airport, wondering if I was some fucking celebrity or something. It was really, really bizarre. So, yeah, it was just a really, really interesting experience from the get-go, flying first class. So I got to sit down and be in this very exclusive area, and everyone was staring at me, wondering who the fuck I was, and I was just a nobody. I just used points, essentially, to get on the airline. So, yeah, funny. All right, so next one. This is me sitting in first class. So this is what the seat looks like. You get your own personal pair of pajamas to wear. So these are the ANA provided pajamas. And just for future reference, for anyone that's flying to Japan or any other Asian country, if you are getting pajamas, just be warned, it is in Asian sizes. So I wear a large in America. Sometimes an XL, just depending. Like this shirt's an XL. I like baggy clothes. But yeah, so if you want to wear like their attire and stuff like that, you have to get one size higher. So this is an XL. I just thought I'd throw it in there just for some fun information. But yeah, I was the only one sitting in first class during this flight. You can see I'm sitting down having my glass of Krug champagne, which that's like $500 a bottle or something like that. It's really, really, really cool. So this was a very, very unique experience. And if you fly first class, you get to have like all these drink benefits and food benefits and stuff like that. It's basically, you're limitless. So if I wanted to have a $600 bottle of Suntory whiskey, they would give me the $600 bottle of Suntory whiskey. They don't give a fuck. So my friends were actually pretty, I wouldn't say mad, but they're like frustrated. Like, why didn't you get the Suntory whiskey? Like, that's like $600 a bottle. And like, I'm not a whiskey drinker. I don't usually drink alcohol at all, but today was a special day, so I drank some Krug champagne. And champagne's really, really good in my opinion. I would drink it all the time, so obviously alcohol is bad for you. So I did it. Here is what the rest of first class look like. Again, I'm the only one here. Also, first class, there's only 8 seats in first class. So that's just kind of weird in itself. Like, just understanding like there's 400 seats on this flight and 8 of them are first class and that's it. It's really, really bizarre. Like, even like for business class, there's probably like 80 seats or something like that. It's like 10 times larger. So just kind of crazy. But yeah, that's me sitting in first class all by myself, just trying to be comfortable. And then let's move. This is my personal flight attendant, Momo. She was very, very wonderful, and she made sure I had a very, very pleasant flight. So shout outs to her and the rest of the ANA crew. They were like the nicest people ever on this flight, and they were just like so fascinated by like me being the only person in first class this day, and they were asking me a bunch of questions, and I don't know, it was just really, really cool. So shout outs to her, she's really, really dope. So this is what it looks like flying to Japan. When you're going from Chicago to Tokyo, the flight is going to be a lot longer than going the opposite way. So if I was going Tokyo to Chicago, it's about a 2-hour difference in the favor of the time not taking as long. So just wanted to show that. I got free Wi-Fi on the plane. It was really, really dookie. It fucking sucked. But it was just cool because I got to keep that card and everything. So then they gave me this Veron men's skincare Suntory cosmetic stuff. Apparently that's very expensive. It's like $100, that little thing that they gave me. And I took an eye mask so I could rest on the flight. I have to worry about being stupid. And so you get to keep your pajamas, right? And I put these 2 items with my pajamas that they gave me, and I accidentally left them in the airport because I was in a rush to get through security because I only had so much time to pick up my Wi-Fi adapter, which is really, really funny. But yeah, I didn't get to keep that. It got lost at Haneda Airport before security clearance. So yeah, it's the last time I'll ever see that. Bye-bye. This is my starters. So basically, there's a few different courses you can do when you're flying first class and ANA. I decided to do the Japanese appetizer course, which is like 5 separate meals. I don't know what half this shit is. I know one of them has caviar in it, and I've never had caviar in my life, but I actually really enjoyed it. So I'm just gonna kind of scroll through some of these food pictures real quick, and then I'll explain my main entree and stuff when I get to it. So this is one of the appetizer plates. Here's another one. This is me eating. Momo wanted to take a photo of me. Appreciate that. She was awesome. Always making sure, like, if I wanted photos or anything, it was always taken care of. Another photo of me. Then I got some soup, some miso soup. It was delicious. I don't know what this is, but I think the caviar might have been on that plate somewhere. You just can't see it. But it was really, really good. And then I got my steak dinner. I don't know what sauce was on this, but it was fucking so goddamn good. I really wish I could go back and like figure out what their recipe was because like it was just amazing. So as you can see, it's cooked medium rare to perfection. Got another thing of miso soup, some rice, and some vegetables on the side. And then just as a palate cleanser, when you're all done for dessert, they gave me some fruit. Now I have to be careful with fruit. I'm allergic to fruit, so I didn't indulge too much in this, but I still did try to enjoy it a little bit. Whatever that stuff with the seeds in it is that's really prevalent, I did not like that fruit. Whatever that was, I'm not a fan. So, neato. This was a cheeseburger I got near the end of my flight. I was just getting hungry. It was okay. No one was anything to write home about. And then when we were wrapping up the flight, I got changed out of my pajamas, and then the crew came over, my flight attendant, and she gave me this letter, handwritten letter with Spy Family characters on it. The two pilots gave me these stickers and this handkerchief for being on the flight with them. So, and chocolate, most important thing there. But they gave me this letter here. It says, Mr. Hanson, Mark Clayton. My middle name's Clayton, and it shows up kind of weird whenever I fly internationally somewhere. It always puts the middle name last, which is kind of awkward. So they weren't sure how to write that, obviously. So, but we were talking about how much I like anime and stuff like that, and that's like one of the big draws on like me going to Japan and stuff like that. So Momo went in the back and she hand drew this, and she wrote this letter to me. So she went, Mr. Hanson, Mark Clayton, thank you for flying with us today. I was very glad to meet you on ANA First Class. I'm so happy to hear that you like Japanese anime. I love Japanese anime too. If we can meet in the next flight, let's talk about anime again. Please enjoy Akihabara stay. We hope you have a wonderful time in Japan. Love the Nippon Airways crew and Momo. So this is pretty really dope. It's one of the coolest things I've gotten from like being on a flight ever, and I 100% kept this letter. So I really, really appreciate them doing stuff like this. It means a lot to me. So yeah, and then that was the airplane I took. So this was me after I exited the plane. It was so weird being the first person off that plane by like a mile. So everyone else had to wait for me to get off the flight first. Then I got through, went to the bathroom real quick and went through security. And when I went to the bathroom, I left my pajamas in there on accident, so I'll never see them again. I'm really sad about that. This was me at the loading platform for the train, the Japanese monorail. I've never been on a Japanese monorail before. At least I don't think I have. But this is the fastest way to get from Haneda Airport to basically the next central hub in Tokyo, which might actually be Tokyo Station. I cannot remember where the line leads, but you can go from that station on the Yamanote line and go straight to Akihabara, which is where I was staying, and we'll see what that looks like in just a minute here. So I got to Akihabara, and I got there quite late. As you can see, this is a picture from outside of my hotel, like right when I got there. So I probably got there at like, what time is it? This had to be like 9, 9:30, 10, 11, somewhere in that time frame. Like it was quite late when I got there. And when I stayed in this hotel, this hotel's called the Akihabara Mets Hotel. It's right above the JR train station. So if you actually look in the bottom right here, I don't know, can you see my mouse actually? Let's double check. Oh, you can, perfect. So if you see down here, this is the train station. It's Akihabara train station. And the hotel is literally, it goes from literally the corner of the train station all the way down, essentially, the street. And it's on one of the main streets of Akihabara. So I was very excited to stay in this hotel. I was trying to do a trip in 2022 and also in 2020. I booked this hotel twice. I never got to stay there because of COVID. I finally got to stay in this hotel finally and experience what it's like to be off like the main strip in a hotel room. I also I asked to stay in a hotel room facing west so I could get a main look at Akihabara. which they were very, very nice to accommodate, and they put me on one of the top floors. So I really appreciated that. So thank you so much to that crew for arranging that and making that happen. This is exactly what I was looking for. So this is the bomb. I couldn't have asked for a better view, honestly. Now we're going to Don Quixote. So when I got to Japan, I wanted to show my girlfriend like all the stuff that I might be able to get for her. And just like, obviously she didn't go with me this year. We're going to try to get her to go with me in 2024. So I was taking some photos for her and being like, okay, there's plenty of Kuromi stuff. So if you want anything Kuromi, let me know. And then she's just like, oh my god, what the fuck are we looking at? So this is in Don Quixote. It's basically, God, how do I explain Don Quixote to somebody that's never been there? It's kind of like a Spencer's mixed with a convenience store and a grocery store and like a souvenir shop. It's really weird. They have basically kind of everything in it. But the Don Quixote in Akihabara is like, how many floors? I think it's 7 floors of shopping, and then the 2 top floors are Tokyo Leisureland Arcade, and then the top floor after that is the AKB48 Theater, if I remember correctly. I might have gotten the amount of floors wrong, but it's a weeb version of Buc-ee's. That's a great way to put it, Meeseeks. Yes. So, yes, this was just kind of a view at some of the stuff that they had at Don Quixote for my girlfriend. Some stuff I saw on the crane, I was like, oh look, there's more Kuromi stuff. And then I went to McDonald's for dinner just because it was going to be really, really fast. So I didn't really do anything the first day. I literally got my McDonald's and then I basically went to bed. And then the next day I went to Sega. Actually, it's not Sega anymore. It's Gaiga. Get into the gaming oasis. So I went to what was my favorite arcade in Japan, besides Eternal Amusement Tower, which Eternal Amusement Tower's gone, unfortunately. So I had to try and find like a new stomping ground for DDR. So I went to Gaigo, which was like one of the main arcades, and it was obviously a Sega arcade before that. Played on this machine. It was hot garbage. The timing on gold cabinets is horrendous. I completely forgot how bad it was. So the score is absolute shit. Got some of the timing figured out because I'm Chris for Life and some other people are like, if you play on this offset, it's actually not so bad, which is like minus 1.6 or something like that. And they were right. It was pretty spot on. So we played some Poor Robinson. Some more Poor Robinson. More Poor Robinson, Jesus Christ. And then I played this Mew 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 Roo song. I fucking love this song. It is such a banger. I really hope I can get DDR83 playable on my machine that I can stream soon for you guys because that song is so much fun. And the person I think that voices the in the background, I think she follows me on Twitter, which is kind of crazy. Some more plush in some of the cranes. They had some Needy Girl Overdose plush. I was thinking about maybe getting one for my girlfriend, but I guess she's not super into it. It's my first meal in Japan, like actual like not eating fast food. So this is from Tenden Tenya. Tenden Tenya. I fucking love this restaurant. It's my favorite restaurant in Japan. So I eat here all the fucking time. It's so fucking good. Look, it's the sauce. Whatever sauce that they put in the food, oh, it's the best thing ever. I fucking love tenden. I love fucking Japanese tenden. I even think it's better than Japanese ramen, honestly. I don't know what they put in the soy sauce that they put on the tenden, but it is so fucking good. I loved it so much. I love Tenden Tenya so much. I got the sauce imported from Japan so I could have it in my house and enjoy it some more because it's to die for. It's so good. It's so sweet. Some other Kuromi stuff I saw from my girlfriend. Didn't win that. She wasn't interested. Then I started playing some DDR more seriously at Leisureland. This was on the 3rd machine. I actually ended up getting kind of really, really good scores actually on the 4th machine and the 1st machine because those 2 machines are modded at Leisureland. And there's 2 Tokyo Leisureland locations in Akihabara. So Tokyo Leisureland 1 is actually not really on the main road of Akihabara. You have to kind of like walk more west off like the main road. And then it's kind of a standalone arcade way in the back of it. Tokyo Leisureland 2 is kind of where like all the music gamers go to play, especially DDR players. So that one is located on the top 2 floors of Don Quixote, which is the convenience store and thrift store and whatever else you want to call it, essentially in everything store essentially. So I was trying to figure out what machine was best to play on. So this was on the 3rd machine. It was okay. More stuff in the crane games. Playing on the 2nd machine, it was the same thing. It was okay. One of these machines was really, really bad to play on. It might have been the 2nd one. And people kept playing on it and like having a great time, and I just thought that was really weird. On reality, some of these scores are really bad, by the way, because again, like the 1st and the 4th machine at Tokyo Leisureland are only 2 that were modded, and I didn't know that yet. So everyone was playing on the 1st machine, and it was mostly Bomani Pro League players that were renting the machine and playing on it. So like you could almost never play on the 1st machine. And the 4th machine, it was weird. The 1st week I was in Japan, people were playing on it constantly, and then the 2nd week no one wanted to play on it. And I don't understand why. It's only once that was modded that I went to in Japan. So I don't know, just kind of interesting. This had to have been the next day because it shows Mr. Donut. I basically go with Mr. Donut every morning I'm in Japan. I always get the same thing. I get glazed donuts and I get melon soda to start my day. And melon soda is crack. I don't know what they put in it, but it's such... It just tastes so goddamn good. I have 2 bottles left in my fridge that I took from 7-Eleven in the airport, and I'm afraid to drink them because I'm so addicted, and like I don't want to waste them. So, yeah, Mr. Donut, it's amazing. Go Mr. Donut if you go to Japan. Here's some figures that I saw. I posted this, I think, on my Discord in the Japan channel. I was seriously thinking about buying that Kurumi statue, that Kurumi figure. I love Daily Live. I love Kurumi. Just one of my favorite Japanese characters. I was hard thinking about buying this, but it was really expensive. It was 119,980 yen, so it was about $800, $900. I'm just like, will I ever find it again though? It's a quarter scale figure. It's huge. Like it must be like this tall. It's humongous. So I was really debating on it, and thankfully someone bought it before I could pull the trigger because I think they must have done me a favor, and that was God's way of saying it was not worth it. Because I don't even know where I would put that. It's so big. It's humongous. It wouldn't fit in my glass display cases, that's for sure. This was another figure where I'm just like, ooh, I might come back and buy this. It's from a adults-only rogue dating novel called Bishoujo Mangekyu. And I love this girl so much, and I really, really wanted this figure. And the next day when I came back with the money to get it, it was gone. So fuck me. I guess I ain't getting that. I also thought this is a really cool figure because it's Jirai Hatsune Miku. So this is a big thing in Japan this year. You'll see a lot of girls wearing this kind of outfit. So basically, Jirai means landmine, and basically it comes from Roppongi. Roppongi is the nightlife district in Japan. It's where I guess you would kind of call it like the red light district. So basically, a girl that would dress up like this is a landmine girl. Like she's bad news essentially. It's kind of like why it's nicknamed that. So I don't know. I think it's a really, really attractive thing, and it was really cool to see a lot of girls kind of embracing that outfit when I went. It's kind of like Lolita in a way. Lolita's kind of really fallen off the face of the earth, and now this is kind of a big thing. So it was really, really neat to see this kind of like coming in full force for women out there. Saw some Nekopara figures. I love Nekopara, so I was really debating if I wanted to get some of these. They're kind of expensive for how small they are. They're really like that big, little micro figures. I really want this figure. I love Alice in Wonderland and Little Red Riding Hood figures. I don't know why. I think like the outfits are really, really cute. So when I saw this, I was just like, that looks dope. It's an adult figure. I don't know what makes an adult. This an adult figure. I could probably take off her clothes in some fashion, but ended up not getting it. It was gone the next time I went out shopping. So, note to self: if you ever want something really, really badly, you better buy it right up front because a lot of the stuff does not stick around. Let's see. I went to the Bandai Namco arcade across from my hotel, and they had a whole floor of just basically Taiko no Tatsujin. There must have been 20 machines of Taiko no Tatsujin. I'm not kidding you. And it was just funny because you can see Dan-chan and God, I always forget the fucking Blue Drum's name. They're wearing Jirai outfits. You got like the Jirai kind of hair going on, but they're wearing like Nekopara themed maid outfits. I don't know. It was really, really interesting and funny. So I don't think I got any pictures of like the 14 Taiko machines, unfortunately. I felt kind of awkward trying to take photos of like arcades and stuff like that because I understand that that's kind of frowned upon in lots of ways, and I don't know. It was just awkward. So I tried not to get pictures of or photos of people directly like getting views of their face and stuff like that, and it was really hard to do on that floor. So didn't do it. All right, so these are all the photos I took for my girlfriend of like all the Kuromi stuff. So just bear with me. We're gonna kind of scroll through it so you guys can kind of see how insane this Kuromi stuff is. So there's one, some more, so much Kuromi stuff, so much. It's insane. There's so much Sanrio stuff on this floor. This is the most Sanrio stuff I've ever seen when I went to Japan. There's just so much stuff. They even had lingerie, like Sanrio lingerie. It was just absolutely insane. They had yukatas even. I ended up getting the Kuromi one for my girlfriend because I thought it was very, very cute. Bunch of different clothes, socks, I mean, you name it. Just more shirts, just more Kuromi, more Hello Kitty, more Cinnamon Roll, more My Melody. Yeah, I know all the names of them, unfortunately. just keeps going, just so much. All right, here's a picture of a video game I found. This is a game I've always wanted, and I saw it, and I was just like, oh my god, there's a copy of LSD. It's 132,000 yen. It's basically $1,000. $1,000 for this game, and it's not even new. You'll know it looks new in the photo, it's not. It's completely in box, it has the spine card. The disc and manual is not in very good shape. It's not pristine. But yeah, I really want a copy of this game, but I'm not gonna pay 132,000 yen for one. I can promise you that. Okay. Oh, this was one of the games I picked up, and then I have a video to go with that too. So when I went to Japan this year, one of my goals was to try to complete my Japanese Xbox 360 collection, and I was somewhat successful. I found one of the games, which this is one of them, Dodonpachi Saidai Ojo. It's a very expensive game. As you can see, this was the limited edition. It's 25,700 yen. So it was like $160. But to get the limited edition, that's actually a pretty good price. And it was in really good condition. You can see it has a grade A. If you look in the little left-hand corner, it says like this is a second-hand item, guaranteed only in Japan to work. Grade A disc, includes the manuals and everything else in it. So I decided to cave on this one, and yeah. So let me see if I can find the clip of this. Let's see, 9120, 9121. It's gotta be like this one, I think. So you can see like Sonara copy doing Pachi and R1. There's Saidai Ojo, that was the game that I just showed you. But if you look down here, kind of off to the side, there's the limited edition. So I was literally about to walk up with just the regular edition of the game, and then on the corner of my eye, I saw that. It was just like, holy crap. That's dope. So I actually got the limited edition of Dodonpachi, which I was super, super happy about. So, woo! that was one of 3 games I needed left, and then I actually ended up getting the last 2 games. I had to import them from Mandrake via online ordering, so I actually got them probably like a week or 2 ago. So now I have a full Japan exclusive catalog for Xbox 360. I have every single game. So that was cool though. I got to get one of the games I was looking for. I was super, super happy about that. What was this art video? The back walkway, you can see real quick. I'll try to pause this. So this is Trader. This is where I got the actual game that I showed in the previous video. That was the video of inside the shop. So there's 2 or 3 traders in Akihabara. I think it's actually only 2. Maybe there was 3. I can't remember. But I got the game in this specific trader. It's the one on the west side of Akihabara. So actually, if you continue going down the street on the right that you see in this photo or in this video, that's where Tokyo Leisureland is, the first one. So I really wish I took more videos of me walking around and stuff like that, so it would be a little bit easier to explain. But it is what it is. All right, back to the photos. Yeah, I went to KFC once, and it was not that great, honestly. I think the American KFC is better. Apex Legends is actually surprisingly still big in Japan. I feel like it's died down a lot out here. I was sending some pictures to my friends and being like, yo, Apex Legends is still a thing out here. That's really wild. So I'm just surprised. You know, they're not really in FPS games, but I guess this one's kind of sticking around for some reason. I don't know why. I kind of fell off the face of the earth with that because my friends stopped playing it. Went back to the arcade, played some more DDR. These are all miscellaneous days, by the way. It's going in order, but I don't know if this is just one specific day or not. I can't remember. So, played some Uh-Oh. Together going my way. I think I upscored on this song, so I was just playing this more as a warm-up, and some people that were watching me play at Leisureland were just like, holy shit, what the fuck is this guy doing? Because I was just dominating on so many songs this day. I don't know why. So this was kind of the start of it. So I fucking got an STP on a 15, and I finally figured out playing on the 4th machine. You know, this is on the 4th machine, and it's like, huh, this machine's pretty fucking good. Then, oh, wow, this machine's really fucking good. Turns out it's one of the only modded dance pads I played on in Japan during this trip. So that explains a lot. I got upscore on Night of Nights Ryu Remix. That's kind of crazy. I actually already had a really good score on it, so just absolutely crazy. Eon Break, I got so close to PFCing this. I felt like I got robbed like 6 goddamn times. And the beginning is so off sync. I hate it. Just for the beginning. If I can get through the beginning of the song, the rest of it is not very difficult for me. But I was like this close. And I was recording myself playing it. I didn't keep any of the recordings because I was just so mad. So mad. I kept thinking I was going to get it. Up there's Guilty Diamonds, which, yeah, my score in Japan was way better. I got 4 perfects on it. It's fucking wild. Damn, I was fucking dominating. No Life Queen got 11. Just fucking, again, just dominating. Then I got introduced to Mahjong Fight Girl. And Mahjong Fight Girl is such a good game, and I feel like it only starts kind of like picking up and people start playing it more near the end of the first week in Japan. Because the first few places I went that had it, no one was playing it. And then like the next week afterwards, everybody was playing Mahjong Fight Girl, and I don't know why. I don't know if like they just added more characters in it that people cared about or what, but I started playing with Pine. I fucking love Pine. I got some really, really, really good scores as far as Mahjong goes. So you'll see like a lot of that. So it's one of my first hands. It is a little bit disorienting playing Mahjong without any of the numbers in the corners. So it took me a little while to remember the Chinese symbols for like 1 through 9. But once I got that figured out, like I started dominating. I was freaking kicking ass on Mahjong Fight Girl. I fucking love Mahjong Fight Girl. Holy shit. I actually, when I came back from Japan, I bought a Mahjong Fight Girl poster. That's how much I love this game. So, it's amazing. I got Haneman, you can see, just fucking destroying. Really, really good scores. This is what the cabinet looks like. So this is the newer version of the Mahjong Fight Club cabinets. So they basically gave operators a choice to upgrade Mahjong Fight Club, which you can actually see in the background here. Like this is Mahjong Fight Club, like behind Mahjong Fight Girl. So you can either play or upgrade Mahjong Fight Club to Mahjong Fight Girl, or you can keep Mahjong Fight Club and get the new cabinets. So this arcade, which was Tokyo Leisureland 2, they got 4 new cabinets. So this is the place I would always go to play. And then eventually I would start going to Game Panic, which is really, really cool. And then they were having an event for Mahjong Fight Girl when I went to Japan. So they had special e-amusement passes for the 9 girls in Mahjong Fight Girl. So basically what you had to do is you had to spend 2,500 yen on the game, and then if you did that, you could choose a card to redeem for. And every arcade only got 9 cards. So I was in a rush to try to get as many of these cards as possible. The only problem, you can only redeem once at every single arcade. So I had to be very specific with what characters I picked first. So I kept trying to get the Pine card, could not find an arcade that had a Pine card. Every arcade, that was the first one that was always gone, because she's the most popular character from Bomber Girl. So I started with Sen. I got the Sen card. Then I got Sumire. This was the last one at Tokyo Leisureland 1. So I was literally hustling, running through Akihabara, trying to get these cards. And I was spending 2,500 yen, just throwing away 2,500 yen to get the e-amusement cards. And they're really rare cards, by the way, because every arcade, again, they only got 1 of each design. So you won't find them for sale ever. I got Tenshi, which I thought I would never get Tenshi because she's probably the most popular exclusive Mahjong Fight Girl character. And she's fucking hot. I mean, look at her. She's got her leg up and everything. It's beautiful. Yeah, and then after I did that for probably like a couple hours in Akihabara, I decided to go to Takeshita Street, which is, oh my god, Harajuku. It's the main street of Harajuku, essentially. So this is like where you see a bunch of weird fashion stuff when you go to Japan. If you give me a minute, maybe I'll go upstairs and go get my shirt and show you guys like what a Harajuku shirt looks like for those that aren't aware. But you'll see really weird fashion-related things here when you go. So like a lot of the clothing will have like rips in it. It'll have like, oh, like this part is like, it shows your shoulders. And it's male-female clothing. It's a lot of, it's either or, like it doesn't really matter if a male wears it, a female wears it. It's very punk-esque, I guess fashion's another way to kind of explain it. This is also another place where like Lolita fashion really came from, was Harajuku. So I finally got to visit. I never got to go here before, and this place did not disappoint. It was actually a lot of fun, and I didn't think I was going to be super into it because it seems more like a thing a girl would be into. I went here to get some stuff for my girlfriend, but I also wanted to go here and see if I could find some stuff for myself. So without further ado, like here's an example of a Harajuku shirt, so you can see like it's got zippers and it's showing off like your shoulders when you wear it. It has a very, very weird design to it. It's very punk-esque though. So this is kind of like what's kind of in for Harajuku fashion right now. But that's a lot of this clothing is very expensive. You can see this shirt alone is 13,500 yen. It's like $100. But a lot of the stuff is really, really cool. I picked up a few clothing items myself. So you might see me wear them on future streams or something like that. Or maybe I'll go upstairs like once I get to the end of the Harajuku portion of this explanation, and we'll kind of show you guys what one of the shirts looks like on me. You can see another one. I tried to like take photos of it, but I kind of felt awkward because this guy was trying to sell me stuff, and he I don't know if he was a fan of me taking photos of the shirts and stuff like that, but I thought this cat playing the guitar was really fucking funny. Sanrio store in Harajuku. It's very, very crowded, by the way. I do not recommend going in the afternoon. if you want to go Harajuku, I recommend going more in the morning. I bet you it's a lot less crowded than when I went. Here's some more of the Harajuku shirts. This ended up being my favorite shop I went to, and I tried to find a website for the shop. They do have one, but they don't carry a lot of their Harajuku fashion stuff, which is really, really disappointing, because like I ended up getting like a version of this shirt. I almost bought this shirt. I was just like, maybe I'll come back and like pick it up later. I just don't like the drink or food that she's carrying around. I like this dress shirt. I thought that was really, really neat. I don't know. I just really like Harajuku fashion. It's funny you say Uniqlo, because you'll see the Uniqlo a little bit later here. So, Wooden Doll, that was the place of the shop where all that stuff was. So, these shirts was in Wooden Doll. So, there you guys go. If you ever want to like look up that shop or like some of their Harajuku stuff, that is the shop I went to get some of it. I went into this shop, and it was really bizarre. This is like a goth shop. It was weird because you walk in, it's like you have to wear a mask to enter. I didn't have a mask, so I couldn't even enter if I wanted to. And then for like, there's like 500 signs that says no photos, no photos, no photos, no photos. I was like, damn, I really want to get pictures to send to my girlfriend in case she wants something in there, but they're gonna give me a hard time about it, so I ended up not going in there. Funny thing happened at this point. I took a photo of this and I sent it to my girlfriend. I'm just like, oh look, it's Jirai outfits. They actually have them in Harajuku. And she's just like, oh my god, I know that shop. And she made me go in there and buy clothes for her. This is really, really funny. Yeah, it's Noemi is the name of the shop. So I went in there and got some clothes for her. As you can see, half the clothes I got during this, no, had to be more, like literally 7/8 of the clothes I got was for my girlfriend, which is just absolutely bizarre. Is there a Roots? I don't know. You mean like Roots 26? No. Bodyline is another big Lolita fashion store. It's probably the most like affordable Lolita fashion website that's out there. So if you're into Lolita fashion, I recommend you check out their website. They still have it up. They still have a store in Harajuku. I asked my girlfriend if she wanted me to go in there and look at stuff for her. She didn't want me to. Unfortunately, how do I say this without being like sounding like a humongous douchebag? My girlfriend has very large breasts, so she doesn't fit into a lot of Lolita outfits, unfortunately. So we have to be very specific with what she's able to buy, which kind of stinks. Because obviously, Japanese girls don't have very big tatas. It's the hard part about buying stuff for my girlfriend in a foreign country, unfortunately. I mean, even for me, like I like to wear XL shirts, and that would mean in Japanese sizing, I would be in XXL, and a lot of stores don't carry XXL. So it's just kind of bizarre. I felt like this year there's a lot more double XL stuff though, so I don't know. Many things are changing. This was the Uniqlo in Harajuku. As you can see, they have this like special sign that's like taking up the middle of the store. They had a bunch of the licensed stuff in there. I'm sure a lot of the stuff that they don't have anymore, they actually still had in stock in this one because like it's one of their main hubs for selling clothing. All right, and then I went to a shrine. Fuck, what is this shrine's name? I can't remember. Now I had to Harajuku. I look at the station name, I can figure it out quite fast. Meiji Jingo. So this is going to Meiji Jingo. So this is the pathway to the shrine. So if you look at Akihabara Station, or not Akihabara, Harajuku Station from satellite imagery on like Google Maps and stuff like that, you'll see there's like a forest area right to the west, essentially. And that is where this temple is. So I have never actually been to a Japanese temple. And it wasn't because I wasn't really interested. I felt like it was a waste of my time in the past, but since this was right here, I was just like, fuck it, let's go check it out. Oh my god, it was so much cooler than I had ever anticipated. These, what are these, fuck. I can't remember what these things are called. They're gates, torii gates. Thank you. No one helped me with that. I helped myself. So these torii gates, they are so huge. It is unreal how big they are. I think I tried to take a photo of it like up close, but like you just can't capture how large it is. So this is the walk going to Meiji Temple. You can see it is a long ass walk. It's mostly gravel, and a lot of people, I'm sure they probably had it on the sign before you entered, probably like over here, about like being very cautious with how you're going through each of the torii gates and stuff like that. You can see a lot of people are just walking through the center of it. You're not supposed to walk through the center of a torii gate. You're only gods are supposed to. So you're supposed to actually walk on the edge of the torii gate when you enter. It's very disrespectful to walk through the center. I don't know if that's super frowned upon for like a foreigner to do, but I knew that going into it, so like I always walk through like the edge or off to the side to go through each of the torii gates. And if you're being very, very proper, you're supposed to bow before you go through a torii gate. So I didn't bow. I just made sure I went through kind of the end of it, so I wasn't being disrespectful. This is the walk. It was a very beautiful walk. I thought my allergies were going to be going fucking crazy walking through this because I'm allergic to fucking everything outside. But yeah, I actually ended up being okay. What did I buy? I bought a lot of shit. Some of the stuff I can't show you. Some of it I will. I didn't do a lot of purchasing, probably up front, but more near the second half of my trip, I bought everything I wanted. So you'll see some of that later. All right, so now we got to the main shrine temple. So when you go here, it's not shown in this photo, but there's a little station off to the left where you need to wash your hands and your face and like spit, like cleanse your mouth too. So you gotta take the water, put it in your mouth, and spit it out before you enter. And I think a lot of foreigners were not doing that, which is kind of upsetting in a way. It was very obvious you're supposed to go there before you entered the temple. And once you're like in the temple, you can't take pictures of like the main area where you're supposed to pray, so you have to be very, very cautious. You're not supposed to take photos inside of that specific area. I don't know how to explain what it looks like inside, but I did go here. This was outside the main gate still, but if you go right here, this is where you go up to actually pray to the gods of the shrine and stuff like that. You have to be very, very careful of taking photos in this area. So I only took photos I knew were safe and I wouldn't get in trouble for. And also I didn't want to be disrespectful, obviously. So some of these photos might be a little bit rough for that reason. I think I took a video here. Give me 2 seconds to find it. It's this one. So this is like the main square of the shrine area. So we pause right here real quick. This is where you kind of go up to pray. So once you probably get to these steps, you can't really take photos anymore. There's a million signs that say like, hey, no photos allowed, can't take any photos inside of the area where you're supposed to pray and stuff like that. I'm sure there's photos of it out online somewhere if you want to see it. But it was really interesting. It's not what I guess I had envisioned in my head what it would look like. So, I don't know, it's pretty interesting. This is me outside the gate, so yay, selfie, hooray. When you're walking through the forest area too, they have a bunch of offerings that were given to the shrine, to the gods. So this is like all the sake that they had, and then they had barrels of wine. So there's all the barrels of the wine, and it's from different countries, it's from different prefectures, different cities. It's crazy, like how much there was, like when you're like walking up to the shrine. It's really, really cool. I saw this. I think it's supposed to be like an arena or something like that. I don't know. It was just really interesting. I wanted to go see what it was, so I went and took a photo of it real quick. Somebody's probably just like, you're a fucking idiot. How do you not know what that is? I legitimately don't know. I have no clue. Maybe it's the All-State Arena of Japan. I don't know. I think this might have been the next day. I could be wrong. I think it might have been. I went to. Damn it. Why am I blanking on this? I'm gonna have to go through my photos and pull up where this photo was taken, because now I'm just completely blanking. Shinjuku. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. Yeah, so I went to Shinjuku, and the reason why I went here was because I wanted to go to a video game shop and see if they had the last 2 Japanese Xbox 360 games I was missing. I had a really, really good luck the last time I went to the Sugar Gaia in Shinjuku, so that's where I ended up going when I went here. So you can see this is the main mall, I guess you could say. There's a cinema here, but there's Shurugaya. You can see that's the logo for it. It's really, really small because obviously this is taken way far back. Apparently I took a video, so let's see what that video was. Hopefully it's nothing inappropriate. It's just me walking up, I guess. Yep, see, there's Shurugaya. Saw a Beatmania controller. It was only 3,500 yen, so these must be going down in price quite a bit. Because the last few times I went to Japan, like these were like 9,000 yen. So I think that now that the what's it called has come out, like the Konami official controllers for playing on your PC and stuff like that, these have devalued a lot. So if you're interested in picking up a PS2 controller for 2DX, they're pretty affordable actually in Japan. So just some words of advice out there. Saw a copy of Paradise. Was shocked, couldn't believe it. It's the first time I've ever seen one out in the wild. You can see too, at one point it was 7,800 yen. Now it's only 3,800. Just absolutely crazy. Saw some more Bomani games from Mania with measly 400 yen. I don't know why I didn't pick that up, honestly. Like, I still loved Romania. I really mad at myself that I got rid of my machine back in the day. But, yeah, some more Bomani games here. You can see they had some Taiko games. They had Pop Music Fever, Pop Music 8, 7, 9, 10, DR Max. DR Max is only 1,400 yen. I should have picked some of that stuff up. I really should have. It feels so stupid I didn't get some of those games. And then I went to... I'm blanking on all these names. I'm so sorry. Shibuya. This is the famous dog statue in Shibuya. People, I just want to say, people that are going to this statue are so fucking disrespectful. Holy shit. So, there's people that, like, were traveling from very far away, like, and they're, like, Japanese people, too. You know, and they're coming to take a photo of this dog. And all these stupid Americans keep just walking up to the statue and taking photos with it, while people are trying to take photos of just the statue itself. Like, they don't want photos of people in it, obviously, because they just want a photo of the dog like I got here. And they were just, like, literally one after another. Like, as soon as, like, some people walked away, like, 5 seconds later, somebody else was up there taking photos with it. It was very, very annoying. And they weren't letting other people take photos that just wanted the photo of the dog statue. It's not uncommon to see that, unfortunately. I will say that Americans and Chinese tourists seem to be the worst behaved when they go to Japan, and they're very disrespectful, and like they do stuff like that, unfortunately. They just don't seem to really care, I mean, like, whatever, like, they fucking live here. But that doesn't mean that people aren't coming way out of their way to come visit the statue. Like, it's a famous part of this city. So for people to come here and just do that is very, very disrespectful, sadly. So this is Shibuya Crossing. It's the most busy crossing in the entire world. There's a bunch of videos and pictures of this online. When you see pictures of Japan, in Tokyo especially, this is basically the main street that it's popularized in media. So you'll see like a lot of like movies and stuff take place in Shibuya. Shibuya is a very, very big city. It's obviously very, very crowded. There's a lot of stuff going on in the city. You can see there's an IKEA in there. There's a bunch of different shops. You have to be a little bit careful at night because there's a red light district also in this area. But it's really, really cool to finally be able to visit the crossing and actually be a part of it. I have a video of it. I think that's probably the next thing. Here's like a panoramic view of it. It's just absolutely insane how many fucking people are here. Yeah, just absolutely insane. I know I have a video of me crossing, so it's probably coming up here in a second. Yeah, okay, cool. Alright, let's pull up the video of me crossing. Let's see, it should be this one. You see a lot of people with like phones and like cameras up, even Japanese like tourists coming here for the first time. Everybody's taking pictures just because it's so crowded. But this is the main like crosswalk that you go through. There's another one that's a little bit more famous, but unfortunately there's a festival going on. You can see it kind of in the background here. The 109 building. That's in our really, really popular like Shibuya crossing area as well. So unfortunately you can see a little bit right here. There's a festival going on. So you're not able to kind of walk through that area properly like you would on a normal day. But let's get back to the stream here. Yes, they have IKEA in Japan. They have Costco in Japan. I think that's weird, but whatever. I guess people want to buy groceries in bulk in Japan even. So yeah, you can see the festival here. This is a very famous photo area of getting like pictures of Japan, and especially Shibuya. But yeah, there's a festival going on. You can cross a little bit right here, but it wasn't super open unfortunately, so it's kind of hard to get photos. See a little bit of a closer view here. Which is crazy. Yeah, I wanted to stay for this festival that was going on. I had no idea what it was celebrating, but it was way too crowded. I didn't want to stick around and have to worry about getting on a train later because I had some like stuff from shops with me and stuff like that. I remember that clearly, so I kind of wanted to get going. Yeah, here's some more pictures of the city. And then it was funny. It's like, I'm here, Mark City. And it's like, huh, talking about me? I'm Mark. Is it my city? You can see how sweaty and gross I am because Japan's just humid and awful during the summer, but it's a lot of fun. So, Shibuya, Mark City. Yeah, it's my city. That's right. And then here's another picture I took just back in my hotel with a little bit more livelier at night, which is pretty interesting to kind of show that off. Trying to get like other pictures from my hotel, but you can see I actually had an emergency exit floor, or emergency exit room on my floor. So a lot of the windows were kind of like had that great look to them. So it's kind of hard to get photos through there. This is about the best photo you can get, unfortunately. But it was still a pretty nice photo. You can see a reflection in the background of the hotel room, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Actually, it's not even a reflection of the hotel room. It's a reflection of the signs. It's kind of wild. Played Score, Mahjong Fight Girl. I got Bunny Pine, which was dope. Then I started playing with Tenchi, and that ended up becoming my main character, which is crazy. Had some really good hands. Here's Akihabara at night. This was after basically everything is closed. So I was actually in Tokyo Leisureland 2 playing very, very late at night. And when I exited, basically all of Akihabara was closed because the arcade was even closing. So only shops that were open 24 hours are basically left open for people to go visit. This is the next day for sure. I was going through some shops, looking at different figures and stuff like that. I really wanted this figure. It's very expensive. It's like $400, $500. Also, I really want this figure too in the background. They have bootlegs of it on Amazon. It's like $20. I'm sure they have bootlegs of this one too. But I don't think I have any bootleg figures now that I think about it though. So that would be kind of shitty of me to do. So decided to end up getting some bootleg figures. This is at the Shurugaya in Akihabara. It's the video game retro store specifically. There's like 6 of them. 6 Shurugaya shops. But this is for retro games only. So I went here, and then they had Steel Battalion, the Japanese Xbox mech game, and I have never seen the controller or the box for the game in person. Holy shit, it is humongous. It's just absolutely insane. You can see they had a Pop Music desktop arcade controller here. It was about $100. Darius Burst EX marquee for some reason. I think someone modified it so you could plug it into a wall, but it's just a really weird thing to have. I saw this. I almost thought about picking up because it was only like $15 essentially. It's a rhythm game where like you have to clap like a tambourine. I've never seen it before in my life, but it was kind of big, and I don't think it would fit in my luggage, so I ended up not going for that. So yeah, they had a DDR hand controller. I've never actually seen one in person. This is my first time ever seeing one, which is very, very interesting that they just randomly had one. But that's a picture of the shop from the outside. It's very hard to find the store if you're a foreigner. They don't do a very good job of explaining specifically where this shop is in Akihabara, so you have to really kind of like Google map your way around to figure it out. And I think I took a video of like what it looks like outside of that store. I could have sworn I did. I could be wrong. I guess I didn't. Oh. Yeah, it's really weird. It's the way back of like the main street of Akihabara. Like you have to walk like 5 minutes off the main street, and you're like at the very end of like Akihabara itself, and you're just like, where the fuck is this store? And it just is in a random. It looks like a house almost. Like that doesn't look like it's a video game store, but it is. And it's only one floor, which is also kind of strange. Like normally, like video game stores are like it's 5-6 floors of games and other things, but this is only one floor of retro games, and that's it. On Sundays in Akihabara, they close the main street so you can freely walk through all of Akihabara. This actually got suspended for like 10 years, believe it or not, because there was a person that went through and started stabbing people through the main street or running people over in a car or something like that. So they actually stopped doing this for like 10 years. But I think the first year when I went in 2016, they started doing it again. So it was really interesting to see like this return to normalcy even after COVID. I thought for sure like they weren't ever going to bring it back, but they did. I think the hours changed slightly though. I think it's like 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock, so it's a shorter amount of hours. Normally it would be literally from like 10 a.m. until like 6 p.m. or something like that. So the street's not closed for as long as it used to, but they still do it, which is really, really neat. So if you ever want to like get a really good photo of you in the middle of Akihabara, this is a great time to do it. You see a lot of cosplayers come through, or like people that like probably have Instagram followings trying to take pictures like through the main street of Akihabara. That's when they're gonna come to. Actually, Akihabara is on a Sunday between 12 and 5 on a nice day, kind of like it is in this photo, to get those really, really nice photo opportunities. So I see like a lot of people like in the background taking photos and stuff like that. See, obviously I did that. Yeah, it was just a beautiful day. It was weird. Almost the entire time I was in Japan this year, it didn't rain once. Which is really strange because obviously in August, it's like the rainy season in Japan. It just didn't rain. Just didn't rain at all. It's just really crazy. Oh, also, one day, I should probably sit down and explain like cool places to go in Akihabara, but if you ever want to find figures, the main Ami store is actually right here. You can actually see the logo right here, and the little sign on the side. It's these two floors are Ami. So if you want to get like a very specific Japanese anime figure, the first floor I think is used figures, and the second floor is new. If I'm not mistaken, something like that. So this is the place to go though. Ami is the place I had the most luck in. The prices are pretty reasonable, and if you're trying to find something a little bit more off that you would not probably be able to find online, I've had a lot of good luck going to this Ami in particular. There's more than this one in Japan, but this one specifically They always seem to have stuff that I'm very interested in. So just some other cool facts, I guess, for you. Also, this Akiba Zone place, also a really good place to find figures, wall scrolls, specific merchandise for like Idolmaster, Love Live, ReZero, Genshin Impact. They have like a bunch of stuff in there, so it's a really cool place to check out also. Alright, now all these photos are going to be of Sega, or it's not Sega anymore, I keep saying that. Geigo. It's owned by Genda now. So back in the day, Sega used to own this chain called Geigo, and then Genda bought the Sega arcade chain from Sega, and they rebranded them all to Geigo. So Geigo stands for Games of the Gaming Oasis. This was my favorite arcade in Japan back in the day, back in 2016, 2017, 2018, was this specific Sega building, Sega Arcade. It's changed quite a bit, and they're really embracing Bemani Pro League. So you'll see like they have a bunch of Lightning models here. Bunch of Valkyrie cabinets for Sound Voltex. They had 2 dance rushes. They actually had 3 DDRs. You'll see actually the third one in a minute here. But I played on these 2 machines, and they were actually quite awful to play on. And unfortunately, there was also recent news too that somebody died on one of these Dances for Illusion machines in this arcade. This probably happened like less than a month ago. So yeah, it was really unfortunate to hear. It was a guy that was apparently a little bit on the heavier side. He had a heart attack in the middle of him playing, and he unfortunately passed away. And people weren't understanding the gravity of the situation. They thought maybe he was acting. They didn't get him help in time. And then, yeah, the guy unfortunately passed away, and they weren't able to revive him and get him the help he needed in the hospital in time. So, unfortunately, that ended up being a lost cause. So, yeah, it's gonna definitely feel weird playing DDR in this arcade after that sort of event. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if they got rid of the DDR machine specifically in this arcade to get them away from that specific thing that happened. But if they stick around, I wouldn't be surprised either. I don't know how well known that event happening is, but it was over Japanese Twitter quite a bit, so it was pretty interesting news. There's no Pump It Up. Pump It Up doesn't exist in Japan anymore. There's the RDR machine. This place used to have like 10 U-Beat machines, and they went down to 2. So U-Beat is in a really weird place in Japan. It's like it's supposed to be dead, but it's not quite yet. Nostalgia's the same way. I kept telling people, like, nostalgia's not going to last. Like, every time I went to Japan, the year it came out, it's like 2017, maybe the end of 2016, every year I've gone, like, there would be arcades that would have, like, 8 of the cabinets, and no one was ever playing them. And it's like, there's no way that that nostalgia's going to last long term. And I kept saying, the second version's going to be the last one. The third version's going to be the last one. The third version is the last one, so they're not going to make nostalgia anymore. It's just funny, because I saw the writing on the wall years ago. But, yeah, UB is weird, because they were going to release a new version of the cabinet, then they didn't, and then it was on hiatus for like 4 years, and then they released a new version for the old cabinets. And I don't know how well perceived it is and how popular UB is. I don't know. It's in a really weird spot where it's half alive and half dead. It's bizarre. It's at least more alive than nostalgia, though. This Geigo also had a classic like Bemani area, so you can see Keyboard Mania 3rd mix, Beat Mania Complete Mix 2, Beat Mania 3 7th mix. I forgot what this. Oh, that was oh my God, what is that game called? Rock 2 Jam or something like that. I think it's called Rock Fever. They actually have one of those cabinets. I've never seen one in person, so it was very interesting to see that. See all the My cabinets here. Plenty of My. Plenty of Chunibum. We got Angeki in the back there. This is the racing floor, so they combine these with kind of like the sit-down games. So you can see they have like 12 Initial D cabinets. Initial D was popping on this day. It was actually unreal. I've never seen so many people waiting to play Initial D. They must have had like something going on that day, because this floor was never that crowded like when I went back. This is the sequel to Sangokushi Taisen. I can't remember what it's called. It's not Sangokushi Taisen. Completely is a different game entirely, but it uses the same gameplay with the trading cards and stuff like that. It's the spiritual successor to Sangokushi Taisen. I really love Sangokushi Taisen. My local GameWorks used to have it back in the day, so I have a really soft spot for this game. I've never actually played it in Japan though. You can see, damn it, what is this game called? Why am I forgetting it? We got Wonderland Wars here, and we got, it's not Azur Lane. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time with names tonight. It's just kind of bizarre. Fuck. Kantai Collection. That's what it's called. Kantai Collection was still semi-popular in some arcades. It was kind of weird. I don't think that game is supported really anymore, so people are just kind of playing it on its last lifeline, which is kind of strange. Fate Grand Order. This game died a lot, which I was actually surprised by. I have a picture of when I went to the round 1 in Osaka, and they had, how many cabinets they had? I think they had 24 of the Fate Grand Order arcade cabinets, and almost all of them were being played, which is just bizarre. But yeah, a lot of arcades, this game is dying down quite a bit, and I don't know if it's just not supported anymore or what. But you can see the old Sangokushi Taisen cabinets right here too. So that game, I guess, is still technically around. I don't know what game this is. I can't remember. But you can see this is Bomber Girl Rainbow right here. And this is Mahjong Fight Girl right here as well. It's very, very tight, the PCB cabinet areas in this arcade specifically. This was the JoJo Bizarre Adventure game. It's the only arcade I saw that had it. I don't know if they're like location testing it or it's part of like a PCB game collection and they just decided to make dedicated cabinets for just this game specifically. I'm not quite sure, but this is the only arcade I saw like dedicated cabinets for. This is just kind of an interesting thing I noticed. I saw these and I wanted to get some for my girlfriend, and I was just like, this looks like too hard of a game to win, unfortunately, so I ended up not winning them here. I went to a different arcade later and ended up winning some for her, which is pretty cool. I went to McDonald's again to try this weird shake thing. This was really weird. I don't know what it's supposed to be exactly. It's like a float, so it's got like a weird soda drink on the bottom in the blue, and then it has like a vanilla ice cream on the top and a layer of ice in the middle. I don't know. It gave me a horrible stomach ache though. Like, I was like dead for like the rest of the day. Like, my stomach hurt so much. But yeah, at the end of the night, I ended up going to go get some ramen from this place in Akihabara, which I'll show a picture of what it looks like outside. But goddamn, that looks awesome right now. I'm so fucking hungry. Oh, it looks so fucking delicious. This ramen just fucking hit diff. I don't know why. I fucking loved it though. You can see I ate the whole goddamn thing. It was just absolutely delicious, as you'd expect from Japanese ramen. Official Japanese ramen from a Japanese ramen shop. I guess this place is called Nadai Fujisoba, and it's open 24 hours. So if you are ever out super late, you missed the last train in Akihabara, or you're staying in Akihabara, go to this place at night. It's really, really crowded during the day, so I don't recommend you go like at like 2 or 3 p.m. It's going to be way too crowded. Go more at night when it's going to be close to like the last train time, like an hour before the last train. This is a good place to eat though. I really, really enjoyed the ramen there. I did not eat sushi when I went to Japan, unfortunately. I have had sushi in the past, but I didn't eat any on this trip. And I love sushi, which is really unfortunate. I went to Super Potato, and they had a DAC there, desktop arcade controller. So, or no, arcade style controller, ASC. I don't know why it's calling it DAC. But yeah, it was 190, basically 19,580 yen, so it's about like $170-ish. It wasn't too horrible. These are kind of hard to find, actually. But it's cool. Super Potato, they'll do like illustrations on some of the stuff every once in a while. You can see they also had a regular controller there as well. I can't see the price on this one. It was way more expensive than I saw in Shirogaya, though. I don't know if this one was modded for some reason. Obviously, they have a lot of things to say about it, so it wouldn't surprise me if that's the reason why the price was increased specifically. This is the Super Potato. This one is not the one in Akihabara. This is the one that is in Ikebukuro. So those photos and those controllers and stuff like that, that was all taken in the Ikebukuro Super Potato. And I went to the Akihabara Super Potato this year, and it was awful. It was I've been in there so many times in the past, and this was by far the worst visit I've ever had to it. And it was very weird because they put up a lot of signage that like was kind of warding off foreigners. So they're just like, hey, if you're a foreigner, don't be disrespectful, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. Please note this, 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 and this. You know, like, it was really weird. So going from like this one to the Akihabara one, the Akihabara one was like a completely different store compared to this one. I don't know, it was really weird, and like I haven't had that kind of hostility going to a Japanese game store before, so it was just kind of weird. I'm sure they're saying that for a reason, because again, like I was saying before in this this live stream, some of the worst foreigners ever are Americans, and unfortunately, it seems like a lot of the Chinese tourists. You'll see them like there'll be like a bunch of like statues and stuff like that, and it'll be like, don't climb on the statues, and people will still be climbing on them and being very disrespectful, and it's just very, very unfortunate to see that happen. So I'm sure they're having a lot of similar problems when people are going into the Japanese shops as well. Oh, I have a video of where the Super Potato is, so let me pull that up real quick. So this is where the Super Potato is. It's like in the back of the main streets of Ikebukuro. So the main street of Ikebukuro is actually, if you walk up here and you see like this this crossing here, if you keep going this way, that's the main street of like Ikebukuro, where like the nightlife and everything happens and all the shops are. So it's kind of off the beaten path, but it's not too hard to get to. You just kind of have to be aware of, I guess, Google Maps or something like that. Then I went to the round 1 in Ikebukuro. I didn't play any games here. It's the first place I went that I saw the Mobile Suit Gundam arcade game, which is the spiritual successor to the Battle Pod version of the game, and no one was playing it. They had plenty of DDR machines, they had Dance Around, lots of 2DX Lightning cabinets. I think they had 10 total. They had a Monster Hunter coin pusher, which was really, really cool, actually. Did I go to any Maid Cafes? No. I would go to Maid Cafe if I was with friends just for the walls, but I wouldn't go personally because, like, I'm not super into that specifically. I think I love maid outfits. I think they're really cute, but I think that's kind of cringy when you go to Maid Cafe and you're just like, moe moe kyun and stuff like that to your food. It's just weird to me. I would do it like, I would take my girlfriend to one. I would probably go with like my bromies just to like make them suffer with me because it would be funny. But no, I've never been to one, unfortunately. This round 1 is not pumped up. Literally, there's 3 pump it up cabinets in Japan. That's it. There's none. You're not gonna see any in these photos. Star Horse 4. This game is humongous. It's the spiritual successor to Derby Owners Club, so if you really like that game, you'd probably really enjoy this one. I would love to see this come to America because Derby Owners Club was a bop, but I don't think it ever will because look at how much space it takes up. This is the metal floor, so it's like all metal games. So they have games that are like coin pushers. You can see Grand Cross Gold in the background. It's like the biggest coin pusher you'll ever see. If you've ever seen a Willy Wonka coin pusher, the Wizard of Oz, it's basically 4 or 5 times the size of that. It's humongous. Fishing Spirits, that actually came out in America as a ticket game. I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, it's pretty crazy. This floor is very hectic. I went to another Tokyo Leisureland in Ikebukuro. This place mostly was crane games, so I didn't really take any photos of it. I went to the Sanrio gift gate for my girlfriend to get some Sanrio stuff for her from the official store. So I think I got her like this plush and like something for her cell phone. Here's just a picture of Ikubukuro's main street. I think it's called Sunshine Street, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember for sure. It's something Sunshine. You can actually see in the signs here. It says Sunshine 91 or whatever, like the address. But yeah, like Sunshine Street is like the main shopping area of Ikebukuro. So if you ever want to like do anything in Ikebukuro, that's basically the main street you're gonna walk down. That's where Round 1 is. That's where like all the shops are, the Sanrio gift gates. The Gaiga location's there. I think the new one that just opened, like for Gaigo, their like staple store, like their main huge property is actually in Ikebukuro too, and it just opened. So it's definitely a place to go visit. That's for sure. It's very crowded though. Like anytime you go, it's always crowded. Just a huge nightlife, lots of stuff going on. I got this at the biggest sex shop in the world. So I got this wall scroll. You'll probably see it in some of my future live streams in the background. But yeah, I got this from M's Pop Life department store. It is a 9-store sex shop. If you can imagine the sex toys that exist in this world, that store has it. That's all I can say. Are you looking for sex dolls? That's in the basement. If you go on the first floor, it's like tires and Tenga toys. You go to like one floor, it's all dildos. You go to the next floor, it's all S&M stuff. You go to the next floor, it's all lingerie. It's insane. There's like a whole floor just lube. It's crazy. So, even if you're not gonna buy anything and you just want to see the craziness of M's Pop Life and see all the sex stuff that they got going on, it's really, really cool to go visit. It's just absolutely insane. I recommend, as long as you're over the age of 18, to go visit it. Like, you're just never gonna see anything quite like it. But that was my souvenir from going to that store, was getting this wall scroll. It was in the basement next to all the sex dolls, which is kind of awkward, but that's okay. I have photos of them, but I can't show you, unfortunately. Yeah, that night I definitely played more Mahjong Fight Girl. This is like my ritual at night. Was like the last like probably like 10 to like 1 in the morning I would go out and play Mahjong Fight Girl. I fucking loved playing Mahjong Fight Girl. Is this gonna load? What the fuck is going on? Oh, that was all the photos. What the fuck? What happened to the rest of them? Interesting. I definitely have more photos. It just stopped right there. I don't know why. Okay, so we're right here. Let me close out of this and open the next photo, I guess. Okay, no, that needs to be full screen. This we need to slide over. Alright, I don't know why that was being such a pain in the ass, but anyways. Tokyo Leisureland 2, they had like all the posters and stuff for Mahjong Fight Girl thrown up here, but you actually see they had some voice actors, voice actresses come and visit. So, oh God, what is that girl's name? I can't remember. Sen? And so I had like the voice person, voice actress for Sen come here, and Tenshi came and visited, and they signed like a piece of paper and they framed it. They have a bunch of our ones for Bamani Pro League people, so you'll see those actually coming up as well. Damn, for some reason it's not letting my next photos. Like you can see on my timeline here, it doesn't show the next photos here, which is kind of bizarre. Oh, now they are. Okay, that's weird. Alright, so I took a photo of this game because it was going to die. As you can see, they put up a bunch of signs that says, like, hey, the last operating day of Quiznock Stadium is on August 8th. And I was just like, oh, well, that's interesting. I wonder what they're going to replace it with. I thought they were going to remove the entire game from all the arcades, but they actually ended up upgrading them to Mahjong Fight Girl. So this arcade ended up having 8 Mahjong Fight Girl cabinets at the end of the day, which is just insane. So here's some art photos of Tokyo Leisureland 2. You can see the 4 cabinets here. It's not uncommon to see people renting this first machine here. on the far left. A lot of the Bamani Pro League players do come to this arcade and live stream from it. You can see like the little mic setup here. I did ask if I can do the stream setup, and they wouldn't let me because I didn't know Japanese, which was really fucking unfortunate. I tried to explain that like I'm a famous DDR streamer in America, and I'm very familiar with OBS, and like that's not really a concern to me. They still didn't want me to rent the setup, so I couldn't do it, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would have totally done that like 10 times during my trip, but they wouldn't let me because I was a foreigner, which sucks. It was one of the only times I've ever been to Japan where I was denied because I was a foreigner to do something. One other time was like I tried to buy like a PC game for my computer, and they wouldn't sell it to me because I was a foreigner. They're just like, no, I'm not gonna sell this to you because you're American. I don't sell to Americans. And it's like, fuck, that sucks. So I was told to leave. But this is the only other time where I was ever told no. I totally understand in this particular instance because everything was in Japanese on the computer, and I think he was more concerned that I was gonna mess things up for the computer. So I 100% am okay with the reason why I was denied in this particular instance. So, but yeah, if you ever want to see Bamani Pro League players, this is a good arcade to come visit. You'll see a lot of people playing on this first cabinet all the way on the left. This is the 2EX Lightning model set up here. This place didn't seem super popular for 2DX. I don't know where the main place is for those kinds of games. Also for 2DX specifically, a lot of arcades have different switch and spring setups, and they usually put a label somewhere on the machine, or they'll put a sign somewhere that tells you like, hey, this machine has this amount of grams for the switch and this amount of grams for the springs, so you can play on the best or the most favorable setup for you specifically. So it's another thing to note. Some setups are a lot heavier and some are a lot lighter. Just kind of depends on what your play style is and what you like. Oh, I think I won this on video, so we'll be able to watch a video of me winning this in a second here. So this was a new item that got stocked in Tokyo Leisureland. I wanted to give it to my girlfriend, so I did. So a photo of it, or a video of me winning it. So let's watch the video of me winning it. So in this game, the goal is to keep moving this little band over until the item falls down. I'm very good at this particular game. I win it all the time. It's very, very easy for me. It does take quite a few plays. You can't really win a crane game in Japan on your first try. It's always going to take somewhere between 0 and 100, or 1 to 100. So technically, it could be 0 to 100. So yeah, that was a little bit of a treat. Being able to videotape some of my winnings. There's going to be a lot more of that actually coming up here. I wanted to win this just for the lulz to like throw at people at work, but I ended up not winning them. You see a lot of TikToks of people like squishing like a pig and stuff like that. That is the pig. That's the prize, is like the TikTok pig thing. They all look so stupid. I love it. This was a figure I really wanted, but it's like I don't even play Bomber Girl that often, but I really love Grim Aroe, however you want to pronounce it, depending on if you're saying the Japanese name or the American version of it. I love her to death. She's got the womb tattoo. I think that's fucking hot. Just fucking look at that. That is a hot ass figure. But I really wanted it. It was very expensive, $26,700 yen. It's like $220-ish is pretty expensive. Ended up not getting that. This is another figure I really wanted, which is even more expensive. That's like, ooh, that's pretty hot. I love succubus girls. They're fucking sexy. Yeah, I ended up not getting a lot of figures that took photos of because they either were gone the next time I visited, or they were way too expensive, unfortunately. So, yeah. But anyways, back to more DDR. Lots of DDR, I think, on this day. So, shit. It's not scrolling anymore. I don't know why. That was weird. You're just broken. 5 perfects. It's a pretty good run, actually. Just going a little too fast. I think you could MFC this if I really wanted it, actually, too. Flip Flap, that's actually a really good score on that song. That has a really weird chart, but it actually flows very, very well. It's just some of the beats are a little bit hard to hear over a loud arcade like you have in Japan when there's 4 RDR machines next to you. It's kind of crazy. Man, I was just SDPing everything. Jesus. Yeah, so you can see this is the next day now. They turned off all the Quiznock Stadium cabinets, and they're getting ready to decommission them. And you can see when I played on the main Mahjong Fight Girl cabinet, they were advertising that the Quiznock Stadium cabinets were being converted to Mahjong Fight Girl. It's such a bad conversion. This has to be the worst converted cabinet I've ever seen for an arcade game in my life, because they left like the original backdrop up here for Quiznock Stadium. They left all like the original like artwork and side pieces of Quiznock Stadium. They left the button there, and it doesn't even do anything when you play Mahjong Fight Girl on this cabinet. And they left the original like acrylic control panel that was themed to Quiznock Stadium on the cabinet. So it's like, yeah, you doubled the amount of Mahjong Fight Girl cabinets out in the wild, but you did such a shitty job converting that to something else. It is such a bad conversion. I actually have some photos of it, actually, I think after this, so you'll be able to see them here in a minute. But got some more Mahjong Fight Girl action. If you got high enough score, you got to play your next game free. So this only happened to me I think 5 times I played. I think you had to get over 40,000 points to make the next game free. If you got over 30,000 points in a game, it would discount you depending on how many points over 30,000 to 40,000 you got. So if you got 35,000 is your score for Mahjong Fight Girl, you got the next game half off, which is really, really cool. I thought that was a very unique feature you don't see in like any arcade games in Japan. So definitely some replay value just there alone. So you can see it's like, would you like to continue? There's no price attached, so I got to play the next game for free. And then I got Bikini Pine, which is fucking hot. I think might be a little bit too small up top for her, but it's okay. And I got some photos of them converting the Quiznock Stadium cabinets to Mahjong Fight Girl. So you can see they got some little panels here. You can see the worker took down all the marquees and started converting them pretty early in the morning. There's the sheet. Like, this is literally what it looks like when it's converted. They literally took the marquee off, put Mahjong Fight Girl here, put a little thing of paper here that says Mahjong Fight Girl, and that was the conversion. And they updated the software. That was it. It was such a bad conversion. It's just awful. Hi, are you going to scroll or not? Alright, so this next part, Jose Monkey, you better not be watching me right now. I doubt you are. Like, I'm 99.9% sure you are not watching me right now. But I made a video for Jose Monkey when I went to Japan. It's basically this TikToker that makes videos of him finding people. So people will make a video being like, alright, Jose Monkey, try to find me. And take a video of like what it looks like around them. I did that, and I posted it to my TikTok in Fuchu. So these next photos and what I did in Fuchu, I'm going to show you guys. So this is when you get off the train station in Fuchu. There's like a main city walk area. It's really, really nice. There's a round one here. It's actually where I went to DDR Wars back in 2018. I went to DDR Wars. So it was at the round one in Fuchu. So this is my second time ever coming to Fuchu. But I went here to go to a Taito station. And you're just like, okay, why a Taito station? That's kind of weird. Well, this Taito station, oh my god, I forgot. It's a bunch of videos. This Taito station has the most crane games in the world. It has over 400 crane games. So I'm going to show you guys some videos real quick of what that looks like. This first video is not very good. They do allow recording, but I think you have to pay money to like make YouTube videos, and you have to wear a mask, and you have to wear like a special press badge, so people know that like you're allowed to record in there. So I was just trying to do this very incognito, like I was just kind of like holding my phone, kind of like this, so you guys actually can see that. Yeah. Just see like it's just rows and rows, crane games, crane games, crane games, crane games, so many crane games. Unreal how many crane games. There was like nothing else in this metro station except for crane games. That was it. Only a metro station with crane games. It's absolutely crazy. I tried to dip out my phone in that last video right there because I felt like they were onto me. You can see me try to win a prize here. I really wanted this Amelia figure. Having some really rough luck actually trying to win this. It might have been because I was trying to record it at the same time. I was trying to knock this like off the playfield, not with the little hook thing. You can see I'm like trying to knock the box down, so that's gonna help it move more. But there's a bunch of different crane setups. If you've never been to Japan or you've never played Japanese crane unit like a round one, there's lots of different ways to set up UFO catchers, which is their version of crane game. So this is one of the ones that I'm really good at. You see, like, slowly starting to knock this prize off the ledge. And the whole point is to either drag it by that little, like, circular thing or knock it off the edge when it's far enough over. So I think I have it far enough over at this point. I'm just trying to knock it off. Damn. Oh, this is probably making me look like an absolute scrub at crane games, but I promise. I actually ran out of yen here, which is kind of funny, so I started using my Pasmo balance. I had a Pacelli balance on my Konami account, so I was actually using that for this game. China Station is one of the only arcades that also has this credit card system, so you can use a Pasmo or you can use Pacelli balance to play the arcade games that they have. I think some Sega arcades or Geico locations also have them, but not all of them yet. So, if you go to Akihabara, I know for sure those Geico stations have them. Come on. How many times am I going to play this crane? The other thing, too, is like, once you get it this far, you're kind of like locked in, you have to not stop playing. You can always ask arcade attendants for help. And they'll come over to assist you. So, but I had this basically in a winnable area, so they wouldn't probably help me too much unless they saw me struggling over and over and over again. Come on. Come on. Oh my god, dude. It's gotta be on this next clip here. Maybe I'll upload these to TikTok just to really irk people and just be like, dude, how many times are you gonna play this game until you really fuck? Oh, there it goes. No, what the fuck is this doing? Alright. Then I had to get the Beatrice one, so they would match. Now I think there's the Ram one that I'll have to get in the near future. That one fell down so easily when I got to the edge. I wish the R one was that easy. See, I found these Gloomy Bears for my girlfriend finally. I ended up winning every single version. So I got the black one, the white one, and the pink one. These are the black one. That was in 2 plays I won that. I couldn't even believe it. I really wish I was recording the whole thing. So I picked up my first try and it dropped like that, and I couldn't believe it. I'm just like, well, I just really can't fuck this up, essentially. And it just kind of like followed the plot, and it's like, dope. Then I asked for the staff to restock the pink one. This probably took me 7 or 8 plays to get to this point. And it was funny because I actually got like close one time, almost to this position. I fucked it up, and I made it like a million times harder to win. That's okay because I won it. All right, let's see. It's took a little bit of a break because I couldn't find staff to restock with the black version. So I did our tour real quick for some of my friends to see back at home, so you guys can watch this as well. This is a little bit of a better video, kind of like showcasing all the prizes and videos or kind of crate game stuff that they have inside. And trying to avoid staff here a little bit just because we don't want them to be like, you need to pay money if we're going to make a video. And I'm just recording this for friends and family. I'm not trying to like use it for commercial use or anything like that. So, that was actually the guy wearing the Pikachu hat was the one that actually helped me the most with like the crate game setup. So he seemed pretty chill about it. But I think the art staff were kind of giving me weird looks. So just trying to walk through here and kind of be as incognito as possible. Also, if you watch Sea-Dog VA, this is one of the arcades he goes to the most to film his crane game challenge videos. It's actually this title station. So I was like, it would be so funny if I saw Sea-Dog here, but I did not. So, and it was funny because in his last video he went here with PewDiePie, and that would be funny if I saw Sea-Dog VA and PewDiePie at this arcade at the same time. I don't think any of my friends back home would believe me. Let's go back to some pictures here real quick. They had this mega crane, and I was originally gonna walk up there and play this, but I realized the plush is so humongous in it, I don't think I would be able to get it home very easily. And after I watched Sea-Dog VA's video, I realized this is like a one-shot crane game. It's 500 yen per play, so it's like $4 per play, but you almost are guaranteed to win every single time. So it's probably better that I ended up not playing it. You just see some of the endless rows of crane games here. It's just unreal how many crane games are in this location. Like, it is 400 crane games legitimately. Like, so many crane games. Oh, and then when I was trying to get the last bear, the last gloomy bear, it got stuck in the claw. And I had a bunch of people actually watching me play this because, like, it was in a winnable position. And then it got stuck in the claw like this. So I actually have a video before I actually end up getting help here. So I don't know how I got stuck like this. I got it between the headband. Got really lucky. Yeah, and I thought for sure the game attendant would let me have it for free after that, but he made me play one more time to like drop it in the prize chute, but he made it like basically falling off the edge, so it kind of looked like it did in one of my previous pictures I showed you, or previous videos. So, alright, moving on. Let's see, moving on here. This is a video of the entire arcade from the entrance. Just picture going down an escalator. I think I have a video after this, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I do. I was trying to get like a view of like what it looked like. It's very hard to show. So I have some videos here. This was the videos that I sent to Jose Monkey to try to like locate me while I was in Japan. So that was one of the videos. And I think this one might be my intro for Jose Monkey, maybe. Nope. This was the main video I took of me walking around Fuchu. I tried to make this very, very hard. So actually when I get to this end of the street, I actually cut the clip because I'm worried that he's going to be able to locate me from the signs because there's English under them. But I made this as hard as possible, and Jose Monkey has not acknowledged my existence, so who knows if he's ever going to make the video of me walking through Fuchu and trying to locate me. Oops. I already had the photo viewer up here. Let's see. Here's another picture of Fuchu Station. So, I don't know, it's a really charming kind of city within Tokyo. It's very, very odd, just because like when you get off the train station, there's like this raised platform, as you can see, and it has like a city walk. It's kind of bizarre. So I don't know, it's just pretty interesting to kind of walk around Fuchu and go to the main shopping area. You can see all the gloomy bears and prizes I won in this humongous Taito Station bag. And then I finally got to see the completed Mahjong Fight Girl upgrade, and it was awful. Look at how shitty that looks. It looks absolutely horrendous. I cannot believe Konami just rolled it out like that. And they didn't even change the button. It still has the Q for Quiznak Stadium. Like, what the fuck? It's so bad. The button doesn't do anything. And I hate playing on those cabinets. They're not fun to play on. Can see some more scores. Played some more DDR that night. That was a horrible score. I can definitely STP that Gradius remix. Why is this thing being so stupid? That's with my emotions. Or Mahjong Fight Girl. I actually got the Tenshi update outfit. I guess like it's a prestige almost if you're super into Call of Duty. Where she has her little wound tattoo showing and she's wearing a bunny girl outfit. Playing Girl Tenshi, she's fucking hot. And then they restocked e-amusement passes at places that upgraded Quiznak Stadium to Mahjong Fight Girl. So I ended up getting one more e-amusement pass. Maybe it was two. No, this is the last one. I went to Game Panic and I got Musashi. And then somebody on my Twitter saw me get this card and was like, I want the e-amusement card. There's one on Yahoo Auctions, they want it, and they actually have it now, which is really, really dope. Alright, this is... Oh god, I always forget the name of the city. Fuck. We're getting near the end, by the way. There's not too much left to go through. So, why can I not remember the name of this place? Asakusa. So, this is like a very old-timey area of Tokyo. I guess that's the best way for me to explain it. Like, there's a shrine here, and they kind of like tried to keep like the main shopping arcade kind of like old school. So you're walking around, you can see some of these like old lampposts and stuff like that. But the city around it's kind of been updated, so I don't know, it's just kind of interesting to walk through. You can see one of the shrine buildings here. But I came here to go to this theme park, which is fucking... Oh my god. I can't remember the name of it. We might have to go RCDB. Hurry, go to RCDB. What is a Thunder Dolphin? Parks nearby. Where is it? Tokyo Dome City. Parks nearby. That's what it's called. Hanayashiki. And the roller coaster is called Roller Coaster. Sorry, I had to look that up. So, this is Hanayashiki. It's a theme park that is operated by Bandai Namco for some strange reason. It's mostly catered towards children, but they allow all ages to go in it and ride all the rides and stuff like that. But there's a roller coaster here, so I really want to go on the roller coaster to get the coaster credit. So here's the picture of the roller coaster sign. Looks like it's hand drawn. It's pretty neat. I have some videos here, it looks like. Well, I think it's Japan's oldest roller coaster, if I'm not mistaken. It's really, really cool. But this looks like a theme park that someone made a roller coaster tycoon. Everything is just so on top of each other and chaotic. You can see like an R ride like right here going by. Little taxi. And then like these little shop cartoons down here. See like two R rides like going above the roller coaster right here, right here. It is just fucking chaotic. It is chaos. Let's find out. Hold on a second. It's Japan's oldest theme park, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Opened as a flower park in 1853. In 1949, it became an amusement park operated by the Togo Company. In 2004, Togo went bankrupt. And Bandai Namco bought it. Let's see. I guess I don't know, there's a plaque somewhere that says it's like the oldest operating roller coaster in Japan. Yeah. Something like that. I don't know. Anyways, let's go back to some of my photos here. So you can see like a picture of the lift here. Picture of the train going up it. And our video here. I think it's the picture of the left again. It's the roller coaster going back to the station, and like the brakes are like go off with the train still like climbing up the last hill, which is just really bizarre. Like Hanayashiki is a place. Like look at this. This is just, it's chaos. Like how do you explain this? This is just so wild. Like just like a seating area, there's just a disco in the background, there's a ride going above you. It's like, where do you even begin to look at all this? A roller coaster going around the perimeter of the theme park. They had a typhoon here, which is hilarious. They also had a Down the Clown and NBA Hoops here, which is also kind of weird. And they're branded with NBA teams. Like, I didn't think that Japanese people would know what the Lakers and the Chicago Bulls are, but maybe I'm wrong. I think I took some more videos of the roller coaster going by. Let's see. We're going around. You know, for it going not very fast, it's a very chaotic roller coaster, actually. Let's see. Yeah, like, look at this. This is just insane. There's like a little flat ride here, there's a disco here. This tower ride doesn't exist anymore. They have just left the tower there, but the ride vehicles are completely gone. Which is really, really interesting. I don't know why they did that. Look at this. It's like out of a roller coaster tycoon game. It's just absolutely chaos. It's absolute chaos. Crazy. I got another video here. All the, yeah, it's like just a little proper Japanese bridge right there. Here's a picture of the roller coaster going above pad here. If I had front row, I probably would have tried to take a video of like on ride and what this roller coaster is like. There's POV videos of it online though, like on YouTube, so if you're interested in looking at it, just search for like Hanayashiki on-ride roller coaster, and I'm sure you'll be able to pull it up. Yeah, this was the tower ride. I don't know what happened here. The sign for it is completely grayed out, and the queue was removed, and so I don't know if they ever plan on opening this flat ride ever again, or what. It was just very interesting to see a defunct ride still standing, and one that is so prominent for the entire theme park itself. And it's weird, if you go to the website, they advertise that on the website still, which is just really strange. Here's another video of roller coaster going by. Then I went to the shrine, and oh God, what is this? What is it called? I can't ever remember the city name. Why can't I remember? This is a Sensoji temple. Sensoji temple. So this bridge has been here for hundreds and hundreds of years. They left it in this like little garden area. You can't actually walk across it. I'm sure for like special events and stuff like that with like people from the shrine and stuff like that, they might be able to walk across it, but the general public is not allowed to walk on it. Allowed. Is this? Dude, the photo viewer app on Windows is absolutely garbage. Here's a picture of like the main shrine. Sensoji. Why is that so hard to say? Yes, it's a very big temple. This is probably like the most photographed one. You can see like this ball here is always like in these like photos of temples, but this is like the one where like it's the one everybody goes to. It's really close to the Tokyo Sky Tree. You can actually see the Tokyo Sky Tree in the background. Probably some of the photos I have. I actually went in here and I actually got a charm for good fortune. So hopefully it does bring me good fortune and good luck. So otherwise that would be 1,000 yen, not well spent. But I've never opened it. I left it as it is in its little packet. It's a very, very beautiful place, but very, very crowded. The one in Harajuku is not nearly as crowded as Sensoji, so I recommend going there if you're trying to beat the crowds. But this is me leaving. I went to the Konami, the printer machine. If you get, I think all you had to do was have somebody get a special, what's it called? A high earning hand in Mahjong, and you just see the splash screen for these to be able to print off the Konami printer machine. So I printed all the ones that I could, so these were the same ones. They're very similar to the amusement pass. They're literally the same photo of the girl, but with a different background that says the name of the girl on it. These kind of do too, but whatever. These were added like one of the last days I was in Japan, so we're getting to like the last bit of my trip here. So I asked my girlfriend if she wanted this Kuromi plush. She wasn't interested, so I didn't end up winning that. Here's a picture of the opposite side of Akihabara Station. This is kind of like a main walk area. It's weird. This side of Akihabara, there's not really a lot of stuff to do on the side of it. There's some convenience stores and McDonald's and some other stuff kind of going on, but for the most part, most people exit on the west gate for Akihabara, not the east one. But the east one seems to be really, really crowded most of the time, and I'm not sure why exactly that is when the action seems to be more on the west side of Akihabara. So I'm not sure if people are just exiting the east side and walking around a little bit more. I don't know. Some more DDR scores here. Drive My Heart. Really poo-poo score. Hey, this is a good score. Got 5 perfects on True Love, Clubstar's True Club Mix. This song, I'm going to STP it, I swear to God. I actually kind of like this song. It's a bop. It's very, very on sync. And I beat DDR Koji, which is pretty dope. This song, I think I could Marvelous Full Combo. It was very hard to hear the beginning of this song in Tokyo Leisureland, unfortunately. This song is also one I think I could Marvelous Full Combo as well. So might have to come back to that in the future. Then I started playing a little bit more difficult stuff. So amping it up with a 14, Wolf's Rain. This isn't that hard of a 14, honestly. Double Tornado. Oh my god, this chart is so hard. I don't know how it's not a 16. It's very, very, very difficult. There's a lot of crossovers at the end, and they're very, very awkward hits. So you can see I had one grade for quite a while, so wah wah. I eventually got it though. So, no tears, only dreams. Positive Dance Time. I hate this song, it's awful. Poppin' Candy Fever, I hate this song, it's also awful. It has a not fun chart in my opinion, and I hate this song. It's not fun. I don't know if I ever want to go back to fix that. More of the Undertale songs came out, so you can see I played Death by Glamour. I got Deep Tendon Reflex. I am confident I can STP this chart. It's so on sync. I really think I can. It was just so hard to hear the song in Tokyo Leisureland. So it was a little bit easier when I was playing on Machine 1 than Machine 4, but everyone wanted to play on Machine 1, so I didn't get many chances to play on it, unfortunately. I can't remember the name of this song, but it was okay. Then I have a video of outside of Akihabara Station, so let's try to find that real quick. We're getting near the end, by the way, so we're going to be wrapping up the stream as soon as I'm done. So this is at like 11 o'clock at night. You can see it's very, very dead. It's very interesting just to kind of walk around the city at night when there's nobody else there. You just got like a lot of the the LED backlit signs lit up and stuff like that. I'm sure back in like the 90s when it was like fluorescent neon lights and stuff like that, it was a lot more magical, but I don't know, it still has its own charm. It's another photo of main station. I saw this figure and I'm just like buying that, and I did. I got actually a discount. You can see it's a special price on it. So, and this was with tax, but because I'm a foreigner, it actually ended up being under 20,000 yen. And I love cowgirls. I think that they're really, really hot. Don't ask me why. So I had to score this. It's about the most inappropriate figure I can show probably on screen, but it's probably on display in my figure cabinet, so you'll see it when I do in our Valorant live stream. This is one of the last days of me in Japan, so I was trying to take some photos from my hotel room before I left, just because like this is a great photo opportunity that not a lot of people get to have. So you can see like it's just a nice photo of it being very, very crowded. And I think this was during Mountain Day in Japan. It's a holiday. And it went into like Golden Week or some shit like when I was in Japan. I didn't realize I booked the end of my trip during a very, very prominent, busy time in Japan's vacation time. So Akihabara got so fucking crowded. Like super, super crowded. Like this is insane how crowded I ended up getting. Just taking some photos of Tenshi because she's a babe. She's got the big old old bitties. If you go through Akihabara, sometimes they have some figures on display that aren't out yet. So here's a chocolate and vanilla figure that wasn't released yet. It's quite expensive. It's 33,000 yen, so it's like $300. I really love chocolate and vanilla. Would love to get that figure, but yeah, it's a bit expensive, unfortunately. Some more DDR scores. This song sucks. People are pointing that out to me even before I start playing. It's like, that song is garbage. You're right. It was trash. Finale. This has a fun chart. Dance Phenomena. Oh my god. I'm so bad at this song. I know I got an STP on it. It's a miracle that happened because I cannot play this song worth a shit. It's super on sync, but the gimmicks always throw me off, even though it goes so well with the music. Don't ever make me play this in a tournament. I will 100% lose. This was disappointing. One perfect on Closer to My Heart June remix. One perfect on a 14. And this was on Cabinet 1, so it was one of my first times playing on Cabinet 1. And I had a bunch of people waiting in line to play DDR, and they were like, whoa! And I like turned around, I was like, holy shit, what the fuck did I just do? And it was very unfortunate too, because this perfect was like right at the start of the song. So I ended up not getting any Marvel's full combos when I was in Japan. That was the closest I got. Very, very sad. Pure Rude finally got this by playing on the first cabinet because I was able to listen to me playing a little bit better. Very, very fun chart. It's a little off sync though. This is probably the best MA I definitely had ever on it. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to beat that score, honestly. Also, this should be a 16. It has almost 700 notes. It's kind of like, what's it called? Night of Nights Ryu remix. Got Sayonara, Environ, Ethereum, Warning, Warning, Warning. The Ancient King is back. I think I could MFC this if I really wanted to. It's really, really on sync. It is, again, just very, very hard to hear over some of the AR machines, unfortunately. You can see I was going a little bit too fast. And I know if I could hear it a little bit better, like, a lot of that stuff would go away. So I think once I have DDR83 that I can play at my house, like, I'm going to have a lot of a better time. This song should have been in DDR a long time ago because it makes a reference to DDR in the actual music video. And it's just chaos, and I just love it. The challenge chart actually goes with the background video, which is hilarious. Jinsokyo or something, Ghetto Club I don't remember what this is called. Damn it, fuck, what is this called? I can't remember the name of the song. I didn't play the challenge chart though. I only played the expert, unfortunately. So, obviously going too slow. Very hard to hear this song over the R machines once again, especially being on the 4th machine. I Want Your Love. Oh my god. Another really, really close call with getting an MFC. I think I could MFC that one. Mixed Nuts. Don't like this song. I don't know why it's on the game. It's way overstepped. It shouldn't be a 15. It should probably be a 13. What is this song called? Fuck! I don't remember. Whatever. More Mahjong Fight Girl. Are we surprised at this point? I finally found a Mikon figure, so I ended up getting this one to add to my To Love Ru collection in my room. So you'll see this one on display. My only thing I don't like about it is it's such a small figure, but it's a high quality one. I paid like $40 for it, so I thought it was a pretty good deal. And the Suki Misu is obviously very, very cute, and it very much suits the little sister stereotype, so, you know, it kind of went hand in hand together. Also, I thought this was weird. I noticed something in the corner that says, like, oh, if you want to take a break, you just press this button. They allow you to take a break and put up, like, a special screen so you can, like, go away from Mahjong Fight Girl, go get, like, a snack from a vending machine or a drink or something like that, and come back and continue playing. That was weird. Yeah, they give you, like, 300 seconds to do so. So I got up and got myself, like, a drink downstairs and came back and continued playing. And it was fine. It was just strange. I just think it's weird that they allow arcade machines to do that. This song is really good, and it's now on 2DX, which is also amazing. I feel like they cheaped out on the CD jacket, but that's just me. Bowie Zowie. This chart is hard. Holy shit, the chart is hard. The ending of it is very, very quick, and it's very, very skillful. I had some really good runs, but every time I got to the end, I kept messing it up. So this took me like 10 tries to actually get it, unfortunately. Also, this song fucking sucks. It's definitely Harmerju's worst song that he has in Bumani. Too Late Snow, pretty good score. Cordy, again, if I could hear the song a lot better, I think it would have done much better score-wise. Pump Pump Pump. It's playing on the first machine. Is that one on the first machine? Yeah, it was. Yeah, I was playing some 15s, was doing okay on them. I was starting to get tired at this point, playing with fire. What is this song called? I can't remember. It's been on 2DX for a long-ass time, though. Or maybe it's Guitar Freaks and Drum Mania. I don't remember. Or it's both. They had Hatsune Miku Whey Protein. I almost bought some just for the loss. I didn't, though. One of my last days here, I had to get some Mr. Donuts because we're definitely getting through the last of the videos here. So let's go down to where that picture is and let's see what these videos are. Wow, I just thought these were cute because like kind of like lifting up the Mahjong piece to get like more of their level up. I just think they're really, really cute. So, I think they are that. Alright, let's get back to the photos. Yeah, that song, Scarlet Ghetto Patrol. I did play the challenge chart of this song. It's really good. It was just, I was getting so tired of playing and walking around all the time that like I was starting to get myself tired out. So you can see I was starting to kind of fall apart around my MA a little bit more, kind of going to my end of the trip here. It's an okay score on teleportation. Worst plan, this song fucking sucks. I hate the charts so much. This song I hate. I hate the charts. I was also exhausted at this point. And this is the last song I played for DDR, so I know we're getting to the end of the pictures here. I was so tired. I remember I played this like 3 times. I was like, I don't think I can PFC. I'm just so tired at this point. But I really pushed through to try to get this as my last PFC of the trip, and that got me to 2,930 PFC scores on DDR. So really proud of myself for sticking through it. My last meal, obviously, had to get some tendon tenya. So fucking good, I love it. Oh, it's making me so hungry. I had to take a picture of the soy sauce, being like, I wonder if this is like a logo of like what the soy sauce is. But apparently, tendon tenya has their own specific soy sauce that they use. So this just says soy sauce essentially on it, or tendon sauce. And you can actually buy the tendon tenya sauce online at the Rakuten store, so that's what I ended up doing. You get like 6 bottles, which is actually a pretty good deal, and it's like 15 bucks, so it's worth it. And then this is also the store where I end up getting addicted to barley tea. So this is barley tea. They give it to you at every single tendon tenya, and I love barley tea. It's very, very coffee tasting as far as tea goes. But if you really like beer and like barley stuff, barley tea is right up your alley. It's really, really good. I hate coffee, but love barley tea. It's one of my last photos of Akihabara. It looks like it's gonna rain, and it might have drizzled really briefly. Actually, you can see the pavement is wet, so it definitely did. But that was it. I actually didn't need to buy an umbrella my entire time of being in Japan this year, which is unreal. It's absolutely cannot believe it. Some last photos of Akihabara at night here. So I wanted to take a photo of this because one day I want to sit down and kind of make a video explaining Japanese arcades, especially if you go to Akihabara. But a lot of arcades are 18 and older only. And I don't think a lot of people realize that, and that's why when you go, like, you see videos and pictures online of arcades, you don't see kids in them. They're not catered towards children. It's mostly for adults and like older teenagers. So like 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, in your 20s and stuff like that. It's really the main focus of Japanese amusement centers. So a lot of the times you'll go into Japanese amusement centers and you'll see signs like this that says customers under age 16 are not permitted on the premises after 6 p.m. People under 18 are allowed on premises after 10. There's a lot more arcades out there that are just like 18 plus only, like Warehouse, like Kawasaki Warehouse when it was around, was 18 plus only. It had a bunch of signs before you entered that said 18 plus only, and they were very strict with that. You could not enter if you're under the age of 18. So, just pretty interesting. They have these journals that you can write down, like messages inside of. So I left one for Tokyo Leisureland. It says, "Thank you, Leisureland, for always being the greatest arcade in Akiba. Keep up the great work on DDR. Their DDR machines were the best DDR machines I played on during my entire trip. See you in 2024. Put my little signature in there, and my YouTube and Twitter URLs for funsies. I had to say bye to Mahjong Fight Girl, which I wanted to make sweet, sweet love to before I left. Really sad to have to say goodbye. And then this was the day I woke up to leave to go back to America. There was a Taito truck delivering an arcade machine outside the Bandai Namco arcade. I just thought that was interesting, so I took a photo of it real quick. Oh, we got some videos of me on the train, I believe. So this is on the Tokyo monorail. It's just to kind of like show you what it looks like as you're going by. The city looks like. The Tokyo monorail is like really on the edge of the sea of Japan, or on the ocean. I think the Sea of Japan is actually on the opposite side of the country. But yeah, so you'll see like a lot of the times like the monorail will actually like go off land almost, and you can see like the sea at some points. It's more near the end of the train ride that it's like that. If you go to Osaka Airport, it's actually on an island, which is really interesting. And when you get on the train, it's like literally just leaving the ocean. It's really, really bizarre. But it was kind of weird because this was kind of similar in a lot of ways, and it was also landlocked, and it was very, very smooth compared to a regular train ride. So I don't know. It's just interesting to be riding on a monorail and not like a proper train. That was interesting. And I've been on so many different trains now in Japan. I've been on the Shinkansen, on the Skyliner, I've been on the monorail, I've been on the Disney monorail. I've been on so many different trains at this point. Not know, it's just, you start getting a fascination with some of them at this point too, which is just really, really cool. I never thought I would ever be obsessed with like Japanese trains, but here we are. So this is the last video I think I have. It's just kind of like leaving one of the train stations.
The next stop is Seijujo NO6.
See a little bit more like, I wouldn't say like the countryside, but like non-super city areas of Japan. It's more like off the beaten path, because like this is not like the main train that goes through like the city. It's kind of like off a little bit. It's more commercial areas, stuff like that. I don't know, it's pretty interesting. And then you go underground. You're underground for quite a while, so you can see like, oh, the road's disappearing, and then you go into a long ass tunnel. Then you leave the long ass tunnel, and then you're at the airport. This is me sitting in my business class seat in Japan. So you can see. It was actually weird because when I flew on this plane, it was super, super crowded going back to Chicago. Like, it was a full flight for sure. All the first class seats were taken, which was odd because when I flew to Japan, I was the only one in first class. This time, all 8 seats in first class were taken. All the seats in business class were taken. All the seats in premium economy were taken. And basically every seat in economy was taken. So, very, very crowded plane ride. Saw the ANA Star Wars plane. That was pretty dope. It would have been cool to be able to ride on that one, but unfortunately I just had a plain old school ANA plane. And actually that's, I think that's all the photos. Oh, no, there's a few more. Actually, it says I have a video still. 2 videos. Oh, it's leaving Tokyo. Oh, and I have to explain us leaving Japan, because that's a whole interesting story in itself. So, while I was just kind of playing the background, I'll explain kind of what happened. So, we take off, right? And immediately we get into the air, and I feel like we're circling the airport. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I feel like we've been turning for a while. And then all of a sudden the flight attendant comes on and says, attention ladies and gentlemen, we're having an aircraft issue with the plane. It's not an emergency, but we need to do some laps around the airport to make sure everything is okay. We may have to return to Haneda Airport and disembark and get on a different aircraft, but they were going to update us. So they did some laps around Tokyo in the air to try to see if they could figure out the maintenance issues, and they actually ended up doing so. And we ended up leaving, and we got to actually Chicago exactly on time still. Even though that delayed our flight like 30-40 minutes, we were just circling in the air above Tokyo. So you can see actually in this photo, see we circled quite a bit actually. So we're just looping around over and over and over again, and eventually we ended up taking off on the screen line and continuing on our itinerary to Chicago O'Hare Airport. This is what the food looked like in business class. It wasn't as good as first class for obvious reasons, and they actually had American beverages on the flight back, so I didn't have the Zero or Pepsi Zero. I had actual Diet Pepsi, which is really good. And I love ANA for carrying Pepsi, not Coke. Coke fucking sucks. I hate it. This steak was fucking bussin'. I don't know what's on top of it, but that shit was good. I think this was like mushrooms and some fungus on the side. I ate that shit up. That was fucking fantastic. Also, whatever this was, this ravioli, masticholi, whatever, that shit was fucking fire. Whatever the sauce was, like a lemon sauce, delicious. Chef's kiss. ANA food is bussin'. I fucking love ANA food. And I think that's it. That is it. Whew! Wow. We went through my entire trip to Japan. And my ass is hurting so bad from going through all that with you. And we didn't play almost any DDR tonight. So, fuck me. But, again, in the future, just so everybody else is aware, in October, I'm going to try to live stream every day this month. I'm gonna try so hard to live stream every single day. This was not really the intention today, was to go through my Japan trip, but that's ended up being what it ended up being all about. So sorry about that, I guess, but hopefully y'all enjoyed listening to my story about my trip to Japan. It was mostly nerdy things, unfortunately. I had planned to go to Hokkaido and then down to Tokyo, but it was just too hard to figure out how to get there first class, going there or back and stuff like that. So I ended up not doing that this trip. Maybe next year I will if my girlfriend's interested in staying in Hokkaido for a little bit, and then we go down to Tokyo, or maybe go back to Osaka first and go back to Tokyo and then we leave. I don't know. But yeah, 2024 is going to be interesting for sure. It'll be nice to actually go with somebody that I know and share that experience with them. So hopefully she really, really enjoys the trip as much as I do. I'm going to end the live stream here. We've been streaming for almost 4 hours straight now. And again, I have to get up. I have to get up. My butt hurts so bad. My ass hurts. I have to still do laundry. I haven't eaten dinner. And I want to fucking get off my ass and walk around. This chair fucking sucks. I hate sitting in it. I'm so happy to be standing right now. So, yeah, but maybe another DDR live stream tomorrow. We will see. I've been playing every single day, even if I'm not live streaming, just so I can kind of stay in shape so I don't fall apart. I can start playing a little bit more difficult stuff, so hopefully that helps. But, yeah, maybe a DDR live stream tomorrow, if not Valorant maybe. But, again, I'm going to try live stream every day in October, so I'm going to try so fucking hard to make that happen. And I'm not going to be a lazy bones, so hopefully y'all will stick around and enjoy all the live streams I go through with me. But, yeah, stay tuned for the next live stream. It should happen tomorrow. And if I'm lying, then I'm so sorry. But, again, I'm trying to make a commitment to live stream every day. I'm not going to make any promises, but I'm going to try. So, without further ado, thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll let you guys go. Hopefully you enjoyed all the stories of my Japan trip. Hopefully you enjoyed the DDR live stream portion of this. Unfortunately, we did have some issues with the server, but it seems to be all fixed now, thankfully. So, yeah, until next time, bye-bye. I love you all. Have a good night.